Hey, my name is Petra and I'm a musician based out of New York, and I'm so excited because I'm going to be talking to you about my new single called Luckboy. So, I wrote Luckboy based on a multitude of different dating experiences that I've had in my short years of life. And there was one particular experience that motivated me to write the track altogether. I was seeing a guy, he was pretty cool, someone, and after we ended things, he gave me a high five and said, "We're still gonna be friends, right?" And at that point, I pretty much had it. So I remember mulling over the experience with my friends, and I was like, has anybody ever given you a high five, let alone asked, of course, are we still gonna be friends after they ended things? And they were like, no, that's pretty much the worst thing we've ever heard. So I sort of put pen to paper and just started writing down these really angry thoughts that I had about this experience and dating generally. Because when you're in New York City, you meet a lot of interesting people all the time, but often they are disguised in sheep's clothing, as I like to say. And there's a very specific type of person, which I consider a luck boy. And if you switch the L to an F, you can kind of figure out what luck boy truly means. Whenever I write songs, they typically come to me in different ways. So I've done songs where I've written out all of the lyrics first. There are songs where I wrote words based on a melody that I had. And then there are songs that I've written where everything just comes to me at once and I have to try and write everything down faster than my brain is moving. But with Luckboy, it was a very different and interesting experience. So I had written down all of the words. It was kind of like word vomit therapy, in which I just put pen to paper about all of the terrible experiences I had been on, starting with the guy who gave me the high five. And I wrote things like, oh, you think you can tell me how to live my life? You think you can call the shots? You think that love can only go one type of way? And you kind of assume all of these different things about me and what love should be, but you are just such a jerk. So after I'd done all that, cleaned up the thoughts a little bit, I really first heard the drums come to me in the song. And I've never had a song where I based it all around the percussion before. So one thing I do with all of my tracks, including Luckboy, is that I co-produce all of my own music. And that comes just from having a classical background. I started off playing piano and really doing a lot of score studying when I was younger. So I'd always been interested in how different musical ideas came together, which influenced me a lot when I wanted to learn how to co-produce my own music. So when I was first doing the demo to this track, I opened up Logic and I started playing with a bunch of different drum beats. And I was playing with a typical rock kit, but at the time I felt like I wanted to add something more. So when I took the demo I had into the studio, I was talking to my producer about different ways to make it more just sonically interesting. And he had the idea of playing with a tabla, which was a really awesome idea because I'm very influenced by my culture and trying to include elements of that in my work all of the time. So along with the rock kid that we had playing in the background and really supporting the meaning behind the song, being loud and very energetic, the tabla also brought out different little colors. So when you listen to the song, you can hear little, I like to call them like fairy dust twinkles in the background of just the drums doing really cool things. So that was really the base of the song. And then as I tried to envision what more of the track sounded like, we set it up with a typical rock band setup. So guitars, bass, drums, and some minimal like keys and synth. A lot of the song was based on the different vocals that we played with, so layering up choruses and sort of playing with little hooks and riffs that really catch the listener's ear, because this is a song that I feel like so many of us can relate to. As you know, dating can be really hard, and what better than having a song that you could just like jam out to about everything terrible about dating.